Hear me out, dude. You gotta get your practice in. Some of you probably hate PvP, and I understand. I do too, trust me. But because of Battlegrounds' fast-paced nature, it makes for really good practice. You've got to really know your class abilities and your bar rotation in order to maximize your build. And the only way to do that is practice. You can practice on a DPS dummy, and that's fine, but it's not the same as practicing while being attacked by two separate enemy teams. If that's not a good enough reason to jump in that queue, then just remember, the daily XP bonus is nuts. It's totally worth it, guys, I promise. And just for clarification, because I didn't know this until I actually read the stuff on the menu, which hopefully I'll have it on screen, but the daily bonus for Battlegrounds only applies if you are in first place or your team is in second place. So get in there, do your best, be a team player, try to do whatever you can to secure that dub or at least secure that second place. And at the very least, you'll get the daily bonus for the XP, which is awesome. And either way, guys, whether you win or lose, you're walking away with more experience, more game time, and that makes a difference. It really does. Don't let the Maelstrom Arena intimidate you guys. It seriously isn't that bad. Not only is it just challenging enough to be fun, but it also helps you get used to your situational awareness and helps improve your overall game sense. In the Maelstrom Arena, you'll be facing off against enemies that are probably a bit tougher than a public dungeon, but not quite on the level of regular dungeons either. However, the fact that you have to do it completely solo makes a pretty huge difference. Most players are not used to having to do content that seems like it's group focused, but without a group. And when I say you have to do it solo, I mean you can't even bring your companion with you. And that can affect a lot of people's builds, especially if you're talking about casual players. If you want to see the weak areas of your build in order to improve them, the arena is a good place to go. And if it's not challenging enough, then run it on Vet and see how you do. There are other arenas in ESO that you can go through, but I think that the Maelstrom Arena is a great place to start for more casual players who want to gradually step up their game. Of course, if your build is beyond this challenge, then feel free to enter the Vetatron Hollows for all the same reasons we just talked about. And again, if the Vetatron Hollows is not quite challenging enough for you, you can also run that on Veteran mode as well. So I guess if you don't have any intention on becoming a Master Crafter, then you could honestly skip this tip, but I personally wouldn't recommend it. Completing crafting writs every day is a great way to earn gold and XP, and on top of that, completing these quests can get you awarded things like rosins and mastics and dreg waxes and other high-end refining material used to upgrade pieces of equipment. And again, if you have no intention of being a crafter, at the very least, these are things that you can put up on guild traders for a good amount of money, and it's a good way for you to gain even more gold on top of the gold that you get for completing the quest. So don't sleep on your crafting writs, go check them out. And also, guys, they're easy. Like, they're not time consuming. It's something that you can do right when you get on, and it'll take you probably 15 minutes, if that. For those of you who are playing on PC and you guys have access to add-ons, the crafting writs are even easier for you guys. So don't sleep on the crafting writs, stop being lazy, and just go do them. All right, thank me later. As mentioned in a previous video, I strongly recommend that everyone go out and find every Sky Shard. Yes, you heard me right. Literally every single one of them. However, that's a very time-consuming task, and not everyone is able to play this game for like 6 hours at a time, let alone spending all of that time going around Tamriel getting Sky Shards. So here's a different idea. Go and get 3 Sky Shards every time you sit down to play. Now think about that, okay? That's 1 perk point every single time that you play. Ability point, whatever you want to call them. Get more if you'd like, but try to at least find the time to get 3. That'll mean that you'll be getting at least 1 skill point every single time that you play. And over time, that's going to help out a lot. You don't want to be that guy who can't morph their ability or has to select an entirely new build at the armory station just to get a certain skill or passive. There's over 400 skill points that can be obtained in the game. Stop making things harder on yourself. Just go get those sky shards and have some extra perk points laying around. Trust me, you will love it. This is a personal choice because it's not really going to give you any advantage in combat or help you improve your actual playstyle. It's more of a quality of life thing that you can do for yourself that you'll be glad that you did. Now, to be clear, you don't always have to upgrade your mount speed. Don't forget that when you upgrade your mount's carrying capacity, for example, what it's actually doing is increasing your player's inventory limit. So for that fact alone, go visit the stables every time you get on. Once you buy an upgrade, it'll give you a cooldown, so I recommend buying the capacity upgrades first. A larger inventory space means more capacity to hold loot. More loot means more gold every time you play. So focus on your carrying capacity primarily. That's just what I would recommend. But if you want a faster mount, then go get a faster mount, man. Go upgrade the movement speed. Whatever you upgrade, it's going to initiate a cooldown. So this is not something that you're going to be able to grind out or quickly do. So you might as well start doing it now. Stop putting it off. Don't forget. Eventually, on your main character at least, you'll get to the point where you have a very, very highly upgraded mount. You'll be running around fast all over Tamriel. You'll have a bunch of other inventory spaces, and you'll just be happy, man. You'll be happier. I promise. The quality of life that you experience in Elder Scrolls Online will be better. Go visit the stables. Alrighty, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to get some more tips out there, and hopefully at least one of these helped you out some. And if it did, then leave me a like. Comment what tips you would give a new player. I'd love to hear them. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Subscribe so you don't miss any videos. We got a lot more Elder Scrolls content coming. I've been Big Boy Nappin', and I'll see you in the next video, you filthy casual.